All right, welcome back to another episode of Beer, Bacon, and Bros. We are literally one day off of the national championship game, but it is time to do our way too early predictions for the college men's basketball season. So we're just going to go down the line. Give me who you think is going to win the championship next year, and then feel free to complain about the 9:20 tip time on a Monday night.
Man, we're getting old if we're complaining about 9:20 tip time. I stayed up till 2 last night. I was fine. So looking next year, I gotta go UNC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just based on their young talent, and you get that close. I know it's tough to get back to a championship. And
Back-to-back years it is.
yeah, it's going to be very tough. But I counted UNC out in the first round. I thought they were going to lose to Marquette. I just have a sweet spot for Marquette in the tournament, so I picked them.
Good job, Chris. Amateur hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like their coach.
I agree. I think this only helps their recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got a lot of young talent, and we're like, hey, we can make it happen. If you want to come and be part of this culture, UNC has always been, I would say, a powerhouse in college basketball. But be part of this winning culture again. What about it now? Right now is the time for North Carolina to make it happen again. So I agree. I mean, they are contender again, I think, going into next year.
Yeah, they automatically lose Leaky Black and they automatically lose Manic. But
Yeah.
you have the chance for Love to come back, you have the chance for Davis to come back, Baycott.
Yeah,
I would say.
But those are your three. Those are your three. That's where your offense ran at all year anyway.
Yeah,
I bet Baycott leaves.
I would say that
just because of the talent that he had and the run that he had in the tournament itself, like outside the last 2 games where he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, even in the game against Duke where he got hurt, I think he still had 20 boards.
Yeah, 21.
And 20 points. I mean, so I mean, if you're putting up 20 points against Duke, so I mean, you're obviously pretty damn talented. So I can definitely see him leaving.
They have him late lottery right now, from what I saw this morning. So there's a chance.
I mean, that wouldn't, to me, that wouldn't be worth it if you're playing on a national championship contending team.
Yeah.
Come back for another year, you increase your draft stock.
Get 16th, and then
That's not how these kids think about it though. Sometimes.
Yeah, but two top 50 recruits this year as well to bring into the class. So it's already helped the recruiting a little bit, obviously.
The team I wanted to see do a little bit better this year, and I thought everybody was high on too, Arizona. I thought Arizona had a really good team this year. I know they're probably going to lose a few pieces. They're probably, I think, in the top 10 for next year to win it, right?
Yeah, they're sitting at 10th.
Yeah.
So.
But I thought they had a really good team. I know they don't play in the toughest conference in the Pac-12, but still had a really strong team this year, and I think that's only going to help them moving forward.
Yeah.
Trying to build a good program out that way.
I mean, three guys projected in the first round of the mock draft right now for him. So I mean, there's a little bit of talent obviously leaving, but still a consistent recruiter. And I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, playing in the Pac-12, while it's not the best conference, I mean, it's technically a Power 5 conference.
Yeah.
And so if you got a little bit of weaker competition, you can stack up some wins over there. I have a little bit of an interesting name that I really like this year, and I even had them making it to the Final Four and actually winning a championship in one of my brackets. But Houston, and playing in Conference USA, again, one of those conferences that's not really, they're not a basketball conference, they're not super respected, so it gives them a little bit of an easier schedule, but they're a school that has really attacked the NIL being in that major city. And they are going to lose some guys off this team, but they have the number 9 player in the country coming into Houston, actually. And they're returning 2 guys that were veteran players for them that were on season-ending injuries. So when you get kind of a stacked up talent, you start running your roster 7 or 8 deep, it can kind of help you get through any injuries they face next year and then trying to make another tournament run.
I think I'm kind of have to go with James here. It's North Carolina. I think the reason North Carolina, I would say, had an off year this year was everybody knew Roy Williams was leaving, so a lot of recruits just, I think, were weary about going to North Carolina being a first-year new coach. But Hubert definitely showed that he can get them there.
He can make it happen.
He can take them to a national championship. I mean, he did it already his first year. Yeah, he has. Those are Roy Williams guys he's playing with essentially. Or it's Roy's team, but the recruiting is going to do nothing but bounce right back to where it was. It's still North Carolina. Now you have Coach K leaving Duke. That's less competition for the in-state of North Carolina.
Yeah.
If North Carolina can't get those 3 guys to return, I will love to say that it would be Kansas. just over North Carolina. But
I
right now, I
think Kansas repeats.
think Kansas got a chance to repeat.
Bill Self's in a lot of recruiting NCAA violation talk right now, but he's got a deep roster. He's got a bunch of guys that he likes, and Alex has got a point. They're going to be returning some big names too.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing that I don't like about North Carolina is that it is Roy Williams' team. So I would have to wait to see what Hubert can actually do on his own. I mean, I understand he's got some players coming in this year, but that doesn't help you for the championship that you just played for.
Yeah.
You're playing with Roy's team, so I still like to see what he can do moving forward. The two teams that I like to actually go for a championship next year would be Arkansas and Houston.
Yeah,
Houston's a big one for me, and I think Arkansas played very well in the tournament. I mean, they lost in the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
So I mean, they made a big run. I mean, they're playing in a SEC West with Alabama, Auburn.
Auburn, who was good this year. Alabama, who's been good the last 2 seasons.
They've been
now.
consistent. LSU's usually a pretty consistent team. I mean, they play against some pretty, and they got to play Kentucky and Tennessee. So I mean, they've got big talent to play against. So I like Arkansas if they return some of those players, and Houston with them having the number 9 guy coming in and then returning a couple key pieces. I think they'll have another good solid run next year.
Yeah, I love Houston's depth. I think the Arkansas play is interesting, mostly because they have made those Elite Eights the last 2 years, and they are a team that is they're gonna lose some players. I mean, they're actually projected, I think, to lose 3 of their starting 5, and so returning a couple pieces, but to lose those 3 of the starting 5, they're bringing in the number 20 player, the number 6 player, the number 10 player. Yeah. Right, and so you're bringing in 3 of the top 20 players in the country, and
to go along with the talent that you're returning.
Yeah,
and the depth they already have. So
it is. I mean, they've proven that they've lost talent, gone back to the Elite Eight this past year. So definitely no reason to doubt them playing in a tough conference too. So, all right. Well, leave a comment. Let us know who you think is going to win the national championship on our way too early predictions for 2022-2023 season. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe.